Thank you. Let us be seated. Program Director, Minister of Police, General Bheki Cele, Deputy Minister of Police, Castle Matale, Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, National Commissioner of the South African Police Service, General Fani Masemula, senior management, and members of the South African Police Service, members of Parliament who are here present, including the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee, Honorable Seabi, representatives of labor, unions and community police forums, Mr. Vuyani Chahana, the chairperson of the trust that deals with the education of the children of the fallen police. Families of our fallen police officers, members of the clergy, guests, and fellow South Africans. This is a sad and somber moment as we pay tribute to the hardworking men and women of the South African Police Service who lost their lives in the line of duty. Today we pay tribute to them, and we also thank Minister of Police and General Masemula for always organizing this function so that we can honor and give dignity to those who have passed on in the line of duty. Every year on the first Sunday of September, we pay our respects to those who paid the ultimate price while serving and protecting the people of South Africa. Deadly attacks on police officers are sadly once more on the rise. The Constitution of our country mandates police to prevent, to combat, and investigate crime. It mandates them to maintain public order and protect the inhabitants of the Republic of South Africa and their property. Theirs is a noble duty, a duty of ensuring that all people in South Africa are safe and that they feel safe. The officers we are commemorating today lost their lives to criminals who have no regard for the rule of law. The increase in the killings of police officers, whether on or off duty, demonstrates the level of desperation of criminals to remove any obstacle that is in the way of their criminal intent. Attacks on police officers must come to an end. Minister of Police spoke about the shootout that happened in Limpopo just a few hours ago, 48 hours ago, when criminals opened fire on police, and the police did what they are trained for, that when under such attack, they should continue to protect life, property, and also protect their own lives and the lives of their colleagues. There must be justice, and there will be justice for the families of our fallen heroes and heroines. The hard work of the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigations, known as the HAWKS, has resulted in the arrest of some 76 suspected police murderers over the past year. These cases are currently before different courts. A total of 488 suspects have been arrested for the deaths of police officers since 2018. Through diligent investigative work, 9 convicted police killers were handed down 9 life sentences, a total sum of 158 years imprisonment. We must continue to arrest and prosecute and get convictions for those who willfully undermine the authority of the state. The members we are remembering here today were spouses, they were husbands, they were wives, they were parents, they were sons and daughters, they were also brothers and sisters. They were colleagues and they were friends, and so much more. They were involved in the lives of their communities and their families. And many of them, if not all, were breadwinners. Although the convictions of these criminals can never bring their loved ones back, it will comfort those family members knowing that justice has indeed been served. Today we pay tribute to our fallen heroes for their selflessness as well as for their sacrifice. The sacrifice that they made in act of proudly serving as well as protecting the people of South Africa. The nature of policing means that at times our men and women in blue are put in harm's way. Despite this, policemen and women wake up each day to report for duty so that all of us can go to sleep peacefully at night and our children can play safely in the streets and the pathways of our villages. To keep the legacy of the fallen 34 heroes and heroines alive, I call upon all serving police officers to ensure that these deaths are not in vain. You must remain steadfast in the fight against crime. This is your calling. This is what you joined the police service for. To fight crime, to ensure the safety of all South African citizens. Minister Cele, I call upon you and the management of the South African Police Service to work together to ensure that police officers are safe while performing their duties. Far too many of our officers are dying off duty as well. The South African Police Service management needs to deepen efforts to improve the wellness of our police officers. Police must be taken care of physically, mentally, socially, and psychologically. Communities need to speak out against police killings. The lives of police officers should be valued not just by their colleagues, but they should also be valued by everyone who lives in our country. Police are there to protect communities and their properties. The relationship between police and communities needs to be a close relationship. It needs to be a relationship that is based on trust, a relationship that is based on confidence, and it needs to be a strong relationship. But it also needs to be a consultative relationship where communities feel free to engage with the police, to consult them about their challenges, about their difficulties, about their problems. In many ways, police officers are then called upon to play a multidisciplinary role, a role that goes beyond just being a person who arrests. It goes into being a servant of the people. It needs to be a relationship of cooperation, trust, and respect. We must all unite and work together to ensure that we leave no space for criminals to operate in. Our communities are all speaking out against the incidents of continued criminality in our country, and they need the police to be close to this issue. The police needs to be seen to be out there in defense of the people so that the people can feel safe and they can be safe. On behalf of the government and the people of South Africa, we thank the 34 fallen heroes and heroines posthumously for their bravery and service to the country which they rendered diligently. We want to thank their families who supported them throughout their careers in the South African Police Service, for having been their strength, their support, and their comfort. To the families of the fallen officers, we pray that you find peace and healing. May their soul rest in peace. But on our part, for those who remain as police officers, we can assure the families of the fallen heroes and heroines that we will carry on with the task where they left off. They joined the police service to serve, and it is now upon us to carry on with that task of serving the people of South Africa and making sure that they are safe and that they feel safe. The time has come for the police to demonstrate to the South African people that indeed we can gird our loins and indeed we can take on these criminals, just like the police officers did in Limpopo some 48 hours ago. It is now time to show that the authority of the state cannot be disrespected. It cannot and must not be disregarded. The authority of the state is the authority of the people of South Africa as a whole. We are the people, and therefore anyone who disrespects and disregards the people of South Africa collectively under the umbrella of the state must know that they have crossed the line and that we will not allow them to do as they wish, and we will not allow them to kill those whose job is to protect, defend the people of South Africa, the South African police. So I thank you all for being here. And I'd also like, as I look across, to congratulate these police who are still in training. We announced in Parliament that we are going to be employing 10,000 this year, 10,000 last year. You are joining the police ranks at a time of real challenge in our country, where we need police officers to dedicate themselves. I'm glad that you are going through your training. It is rigorous training, and I want you to remain committed to the training until you finish, and that when you finish, you will have been prepared for the task that lies ahead. Do not be deterred by some of the dangers that lie ahead. Be strong and be encouraged with the full knowledge that you are going to be serving the people of South Africa. So I wish you luck, all of you sitting across there, to finish your course and then come and serve the people of South Africa. Minister and General Masemola, I thank you again for preparing these young men and women to serve the people of South Africa. I have seen their determination, and I've seen that indeed they are willing, prepared to join the ranks of those that we are bringing into the police to serve the people. Thank you very much for joining the South African police. It is a noble task that you will be performing for the people of South Africa. Once again, to the families, we bow our heads and we thank you for coming here. We know that it is difficult, very difficult for you as you come. As General Cele said, we hope that this occasion will not be opening up wounds, but hopefully it will bring closure. But it will also show you that your relative belonged to a large family of police that loved them. Even as they are departed, their names will forever be on this wall as a remembrance of the tasks that they performed on behalf of the people of South Africa. May their souls rest in peace. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.